Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here. I'm going to be doing a collective reading. So this will be general. You may not be the main subject. You might be in or around this situation. Before I do these readings, I'm asking my guides to kind of tap into the collective and see what's going on. So the message could be micro, very specific to like you and your experience. And if you broaden your perspective a little bit, I'm really trying to get a glimpse of like what's going on out in the world, as within, so without. If you're interested in personal reading, my information is down below. Yeah, I do astrology or tarot, and I wanted to start this one off a little bit weird. I'm gonna pick a charm. I haven't done charms in a while. So, but the first thing I wanted to say, the other day I was driving, and for some reason this feels significant, and I came to a four-way stop, and it was like somebody was in front of me, and then the next person, we got there at like to my left. We got there at about the same time, but I felt like they got there before, a little bit before me. And you know, it's always weird. And you're like, who goes? So like they went, no. So like, yeah, they were waiting. We were both waiting. Then we both went. We did one of those. And so finally I went like that and I let that person go. Like, even though technically, yeah, I think they had right away because I think left goes first. Anyways, I know it when I'm driving. Um, it was fine. And we both kind of laughed. And then I went afterwards and I was going left and they were going straight. So we like, parted ways. But um, after it happened in in my head, I'm like thinking about, huh, you know how you'll hear things like if you get a flat tire or something like that, maybe God was saving you from an accident. And I was like, it would be really fucked up if, because we hesitated and then I let them go first, if they got in an accident. And then this is the kind of fucked up stuff I think about. And then I was like, but here's the deal. It's like life is just sometimes like that. And I always hated the stories about um like the girl who was all virtuous and sweet and praying to God and walking through the alley that didn't get raped or whatever. And then, somebody else does later, probably because they're like a whore or what, because God doesn't love them. No, sometimes even if God loves you, like they take you out. And I felt this way even before my brother died young. It's like sometimes that is part of the divine plan too. Like the bullshit is part of a divine plan. It doesn't mean that we rest in that and go, well, my life is just shit or anything like that, but it was something like that. It's like what is meant to be is going to be. We still have choice and free will, but for some reason that felt significant. I hope you could hear me playing with charms. Okay, so let me pull out some charms and then we'll get to the tarot. All right, I'm gonna need my glasses for this. So wow, you guys, this is fucking weird. Okay, so I got a clock. I was just talking about timing. I haven't used these in a long time. This is just like, kind of looks like the moon. And feel free to make your own interpretations from these as well. I have this little charm, which is a white gem in it. So I always think of this as like, I'm not going to be able to show it to you because of my nails, but crown chakra. This gets crazier. And then we have a little black ring. A zipper. So that makes me think of like, yes, like zipping things up. everything kind of like going into place like that. And then two angels, angel wings, angel wings, peace. I'm definitely getting like a meditation, prayer, trust from this. And then this is like, you're not going to believe it. I was just talking about my brother. I have a daisy, and daisies are his sign to me. No, I was talking about divine timing. We've got a couple of angels. So, hi, Eric. What's up? I guess he's here. So yeah, there's something here about divine timing. Don't be too hard on yourself. If things are shitty, you're in the perfect place for where you are or where you need to be. I love the message of like, you can't do anything wrong. Like it's life. You make choices. There's is not a wrong choice necessarily. I'm not saying, obviously go out and murder people or whatever, but I'm not saying anybody deserves to be murdered. It's like a weird thing to contemplate, but if you're conscious and aware and you're acting in love, in like humility, then you really can't make a wrong choice. But even if your ego flares up or you get prideful or whatever, like there are only missteps. I guess if you want to hear it wrong, you're going to want to hear it wrong anyway. So have at it. And it doesn't mean you're wrong either. I could be wrong in your world. I'm wrong in mine sometimes. All right, let me grab. All right, I'm going to do one of these first, and then I'm going to grab my tarot. Wow. No need to do. So shut up. I literally just said that. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I'm already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do laundry. I literally, like, that's basically what I was just saying. So that's weird. I mean, I should get used to stuff like this happening, but all right, let's grab the tarot. We're going to get internal energies, external, and then God's view, the higher perspective. And then we'll pull out some advice cards. But be at peace, pray, meditate, connect to spirit. I've said that that's been thematic in the past couple of readings. Yeah, this charm kind of makes me think of the moon, so doing rituals, looking at our emotions, letting those pass through, having emotions, not judging our emotions, calling in your angels to be around you if you're having a rough time. For internal, we got the Four of Pentacles, and she's kind of holding things close, there's a protective energy about that one. Sometimes it means needing to be open and receive. In this case, I feel like that would be being open to receive love from the divine, the universe, and other people, but like maybe kind of holding your cards close to your chest, no drastic moves, staying within. Nope. Shut up. What in the hell? On the external, Four of Cups. Okay, so I'll tell you why this is so weird in a minute. the pentacles are earth energy. So this is our body, our health, our money, our home, staying close to home, staying close to ourselves in the 3D. The cups are emotional. And look, she's looking at those 3 cups, like, la la la, they're not doing what I want to do. They're not as full as I want them to be. Like, why can't these cups look different or have a different amount of like liquid in them than they do? And over here, God's like, yo, I'm filling up your cup with rainbowy goodness. Just wait. You can't even imagine, you can't even imagine. That's 44. 44 is my brother's number he shows me that number too. So he's just like all over this reading. All right. Now the higher perspective. Magician. Oh man. The Magician. This is the card number 1 of the major arcana. Mostly the Fool. The Fool is number 0 because you can insert the Fool anywhere in the journey. Anyway, the Fool just kind of came to mind because he is trusting. That's trusting God, trusting the universe, trusting ourselves to just life through life, like, go through lifing. Anyway, the Magician. It's the alchemist. That's creation, that's magic. But I love how it's up in God's perspective, because remember that the universe, spirit, our angels, our guides are participating in this magic that we are also creating. This is the card of manifestation. If you're planning something or you're having thoughts, I would primarily keep them to myself, like, especially when I'm trying to manifest things. I don't like to tell people anyways, because I always say I don't want their energy all over my shit. It's like I wanted to do tarot and astrology for work, and I didn't tell anybody that that's what I wanted to do. I just started kind of doing it on the side, and then COVID happened and I started doing it then. And here I am, like 3 years later, professionally doing tarot and astrology. And it's almost like, because people I would have told would have been like, oh, you need to be realistic, you need to like, do this and that, and would have poo-pooed the idea, Anyway, but yeah, it's like this is kind of like keeping your like biggest dreams for you. There's something else I've been thinking about a lot too. Like, I fucking love hanging out with me. And that's it. It wasn't always like that. Like, come to a place where you can enjoy your own company, I was just looking at this, spend time with yourself. Sometimes when I'm going through something hard, I don't want to be like, I don't want to talk to people about stuff like that anymore. I mean, I do. I have some of my confidants, and every once in a while it's like kvetching is like, I think that's how you say kvetching. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I like that word, but I like to get things off my chest sometimes, but really when I'm upset, I want to be on my own. I want to talk about things like on my own, because other people's advice and input and all of that just gets in the way of me finding what my own answer is. So let's get advice. 8 of Wands. Things are up in the air. 8 of Wands is you've done everything you can do. So don't overdo things. It's a lot of messages going back and forth. Wands are in the air. They haven't landed yet. Just keep up, like don't drop messages and not respond. But this is sort of like, you don't want to once you've launched a wand, you don't want to grab it back out of the air and throw it again. There's momentum, there's speed, there's things moving, but nothing is landed yet. So there's going to be, it's that period of wait. Always do 3 for advice. Judgment, release judgment of yourself, of others. That's beautiful how like her spirit is coming out. It's also kind of looking up. I've been looking up a lot, like literally, I'll just be like this. Oh, okay. And for some reason, I feel better when I do it, but it's like releasing judgment. You're not in charge. You don't have to do everything. We could be feeling judged by others. Remember that that's more about them than it is about us. And remember too, when we're judging people, it's more about us than it is about them. The world. The world is oh, that's better. That's the world outside. It's big lessons coming to a conclusion. I think I had this in the last reading. Wrapping things up, waiting for the world to bring things to a close. It's making me think of this zipper one, like things are zip, like completing. Let me do. Spirit animal. These cards are really cool. Yeah, this is a very spiritual, like connecting kind of reading. And my last one was like that too. And I think that's just how things have to be right now, how they are. Coyote. Revealer of truth. That's pretty. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you want to be mindful of things, and that's why we don't want to move too quickly with this 4 of Pentacles, because we don't even, we don't want to venture out like too far, because we're really getting acquainted with our like own alignment and our own spirit right now. Right now, it's not about what you have. Like she has what she has. She's not running out looking for more. You are where you are. And look, she's looking at these 3 bowls in front of her, and spirit is filling up this bowl on the side over here with this coyote. Take time to play, go out in nature, go for a walk. I'm about to do that today. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and just learn from them. If you make a choice and you don't like where you are, learn from that and make another choice. We're always being presented with choices. Laugh at your own folly. Don't take things too seriously. I had a friend who I dated right after my divorce, and he was really, really sweet. It's not my husband now, but we're still friends. And he used to say to me, Zube, don't take things so seriously. It's just life. If it was important, they would call it something else. And that always stuck with me. It's just life. It's just life, Zube. And you've got your angels, with the daisy one. There's going to be new growth, like stop and smell the flowers. Think of your people out who've passed on. Think about ancestors. Imagine your ancestors around you. Call in peace to the planet. Realize that you are just a minuscule part of like a very large whole, really like look at how divine it is for you to do nothing, for you to just be, for you to be in prayer. I was thinking the other day, also, I'm always thinking, well, actually, I just drove down to Texas from Colorado. So I had all kinds of time to think. But I was thinking, God, if I prayed a quarter amount of the time as I worry, like that would be a lot of fucking prayer. And so, yeah, I'm admitting here, I worry too. Like there's a lot going on right now, but you can only do what you can do. I can only do what I can do. So, what if you get in your head and you're worrying, just bring it back down. Say something you're grateful for, but let that worry, it's okay to have that. Just be consciously aware that it's going on. Become the observer of the worries going around in your head. Okay, there is worry in my head and it's moving around and it's just going to be like that. But make sure you, like, somehow for me, getting perspective by not just being in that worry, but it's like a step back. And it almost kind of makes me think of this card, because with this card, she's like released into spirit. So spirit doesn't judge our actions the way that we do. So when we step back, it gives us a little bit more perspective, not to judge ourselves as like the person that's worrying. Like even when I was saying, if I say I am worrying, I should change that to be like, I have worries. I have worries. My mind is having worries. There are thoughts, because I am not, well, I'm something other than worry. I am. I just am. Anyway, there's that. That was really kind of fucking cool. I hope you all have a great day on Earth, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Namaste.